Hey, this is a bit of a different one. It's similar to the TSM 100 Thieves ranked, where I've basically chopped off the end of the teamfight breakdown and put it here because, let's be honest, I don't want these videos to be extremely long, and as such I've chopped it down and put this into a separate video. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. And I'll probably say that at the end of the video because that's what I say. Now, obviously, I may reference things in the game. Just note that this was done with the intention of having this at the end of the video. Alright, peace out. Now, going back to the actual two teams in this game. G2. They are a phenomenal squad and they were technically losing this game at one point. But it wasn't until things like this where they just snap on a dime, flip the script, pick up a big teamfight win, control the rest of the game's tempo, and then just dismantle Misfits from there. They are a very strong team here, G2 in the LEC. They are pretty much, I would say, at Worlds level already, and more than likely will win MSI, or go to MSI for the LEC. I'm not predicting they'll win it now. Jesus, I haven't even got to the predictions for that. But as we enter the last week of the regular split in the LEC, you've got to put a lot of kind of hope into G2 to do well in the playoffs. Obviously make it to the MSI tournament, where they've got a lot of good competition as to teams that could go. Obviously, with the LCS squad in like TSM or C9 or DIG, currently the top 3 teams in the league, and TSM kind of sieging forward right now, just destroying C9 in their last game after a poor in an early game. You've got to have a lot of faith into a very competitive MSI tournament this year, with 3 or 4 major regions all with their own defining meta right now, because NA has a completely different style to EU right now in terms of big picks. There's a lot more emphasis, I would say, on the Seraphine in NA, and EU put a lot more emphasis onto the Rel. Now, with that in mind, let's go a bit further back to the teams. G2, they're very controlling, they're playing a lot more for Yankos, who's performing a lot better this year. Yes, his Nidalee cannot land a spear for shit, but he's still performing at a top level where he's just able to carry games when he needs to. Wunder, he's got carry potential, he's still performing as his best carry. Caps, this was a Caps sort of game where he was able to carry. And then you obviously have Reckless, who solidified that bot lane. I remember saying during my G2 team prediction at the start of the year, Reckless will solidify this G2 roster as they actually have an ADC now who plays ADCs and not a mid laner forced to play bot lane champions for an entire 2 seasons. This is huge because G2 now have a full 5-man roster that can carry and do a lot of work, and if one lane falters, the others step up. That's a big thing to say, and G2 are able to provide that sort of carry potential. Now, let us just say this about Misfits. This was probably their hardest game they had for the last 4 games of this split. They did well early, and honestly, their style that they've been going towards right now is quite hard for teams to deal with. And if you don't know what that style is, they're playing more for VTO, with Razork playing a lot of jungle gankage towards that lane, and Kobe and Vander being the solid rock bot lane that don't need that sort of resources or support from their team. And then you have just Hirit, who's just being Hirit in the top lane. I can't say more than that. He's just taking weak side mostly, or when he can play a couple of carries and just survive. and then bring a lot of power into the late game. It's good because Misfits are technically showing multiple styles that they can play towards, but you have to realize that this style that they're playing right now is their best, and going into playoffs, if they make it as the 6th place team, they could quite easily be figured out, which is not a good thing. But they're doing good, they're fine, they're steadily getting better. And going into the last week, the super week, I'm not going to put the echo on, which you're going to get bored of by the end of this week. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed this, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new if you want to, and I will see you guys next time, where we'll be rambling on and talking about a Morgana pick in the LCS. See you guys then.